seed, springing bud, green shoots of all our lives, all lands, this earth, flowering man, blossoming woman, a garland of every child, a bouquet of frolic, a skipping of feet, a dance of eyes. Can you see them, follow them, afar in what strange countries? No farther away than your heart, no more distant than your hand. The hand they reach for, some children everywhere. They who are small, they the defenseless. Nimble, frisking as lambs they dally, yet some of them unpastured, some grazing upon parched fields, their carefree age astray in a careworn time. Meet their glances, do not avert your own. The turning aside is the beginning of defeat. Look, look upon the children of men. Consider the undefended. Look long, reach.
All our children are abandoned here by their parents. They are left at the gate or on the road. What else can they do when they have so many children in their family? They cannot care for even one child. Korean farmers are very poor. Farms are tiny, and yet they have large families. When I was traveling in Europe, I had occasion to visit several individual farm homes. Out of 20, almost all had only 2 children or 1. So I found that maybe our greatest problem here in Korea is just to solve a population problem. This woman has already 7 children. She doesn't want to have any more. That is why she came here. Her husband is a worker. He makes a very small wages. They are very poor. She is 40 years old, and she is just afraid she will have more children. That is why she came here.
ago, Africans, used to look after their relatives' children. But now, since, there's been such a change from the reserves to town and cost of living is high, and nobody wants to be responsible for anybody's child. Sometimes babies are discovered dead in the forest or something like that because they know they've no way to tend to. So I think it would be a worthwhile thing to have a place where such children, could be helped because it isn't their own fault that they should, suffer. So I really would love to see this into a children's home where children of all, needy cases could be looked after. George.
No love so blind as the love of mothers. Their faces turned to their children, and mingled with love, their gentle wonder at the tumbling ways up from the cradle of babble and leaps and laughter, leading to midget todays and the promise of tall tomorrows. From the wide windows of their hearts, they gaze into green futures of days calmed by the lilt of their lullabies and lands at peace under the silken stroke of their fingers. The world of wish, the tremulous wishes of mothers.
Living out in the suburbs like I do, I lead a pretty sheltered life. I don't meet many people that aren't of the petite bourgeois middle class.
When I first came down here, I was like, not prejudiced, but you look at a person who's a twinge as to what color he was, but after a while it gets so you look at a person, you just forget what color he is, and it's just a friend of yours. It's fantastic. I've grown 100%.
Well, the main purpose is to promote better understanding between the races. But the second objective is to clean the center.
I think, well, to me, it's all right. I don't mind coming in there and helping the center, because they do things for me. Well, it helped me a little. Like, when I came up here last time, I was cook, and I got a job cooking after I left here.
Well, I feel quite wanted in this family. I feel almost a member of the family here. Although, of course, the standards of living is different. The sort of life that I'm used to at home is quite different from the life here.
The prettiest one we've seen. How about this blue one? It's another 6 months. Yeah, what can't they just try on and see? Yes, why don't you? Try on this one and then that one, which has a little bit. I'll wait for you here, sweetheart. Right, is this?
Yeah, I like that too. In fact, I think I may like that better.
Try the blue one now, sweetheart. I think the blue one has a full skirt. I think this is a better dancing one.
I have been in the high school for the last 2 years. I would like to go to the college for about 2 more years, and then I'll return to Kenya, and I would like to teach.
I think the white there's something about white and senior high graduation that seems to go together with khaki.
Okay.
Makes me feel all sniffy. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we ought to look somewhere else. No.
That's what we're looking?
Yeah.
What do we pay? What do we do?
I don't know. They just pay the cashier right over here.
You got it over there?
Where that gentleman's standing.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, he can't come in. He can't come in? You come with the doctor. You be in with him.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo anda?
Hola, mío. ¿Ya lo quitó? Mira, doctor Juan. Mira, pajarito. ¿Cómo hemos conduce, Alexandra? Yo soy lista para salir a la feria. No tiene un peso ahí, Alexandra.
You can't be nervous with these people because they sense it. You got to be calm. That's one of the main things. You got to be calm. No matter how upset they are, you've got to be calm. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and so I figured that this would give me a chance to think a little. Because I don't make any money. I work awful hard, and I don't know how rewarding it is, except that it's sort of nice to watch these people smile sometimes.
The most common disease is schizophrenia. Most of the ones we have hospitalized are suffering from that.
We are trying to get help for our patients, so it doesn't matter that we don't have a psychiatrist or nurses, because the people that Unitarians send to us help us playing with the patients, talking with them, cooperating in occupational therapy, trying to make them feel as a human beings, no? And that's very important for patients.
I'm living in our mama.
All your life?
All my life.
Because only me I to Missioniary. Now, Chile came a better. Here the cafe really set up. No mum, no marker, they can have a motor. That wouldn't know really.
By the power of God, the way I am working now, within 15 years' time, the fruits of my efforts will show, and my children are going to benefit from this.
Encouraging thing about the Our Mama project is that it is a natural thing. There's nothing artificial, there's nothing to hide, there's nothing that is superimposed on the people. See, everything we have done here has been a result of partnership between Our Mama people and our American friends, the Unitarian Service Committee,
And my job is just sort of that of a bridge, a connecting link between a good people and a good purpose.
Ejide ka mma dị mma bụ onwe na mma ndị ga-esi na-eje mke emere mgbe m tere bridge agwọ ọgwụ mana dị nkịta na mbe ka m nọrọ gwọ onwe m n'afọ ọ bụ ihe mara mma.
Years ago, I was sick, and I had to go elsewhere to be treated. This year, I became sick, and I just went to the hospital right here in our mama. It's good to be treated in one's own village.
Well, I think that's tremendous change here. And most of these changes cannot be counted in terms of buildings, in terms of their internal change in attitude towards life. That's my biggest consolation here. People have begun to think and have begun to ask questions and have begun to change their values for the better, modify their values, I would say, not change, modify.
I want a better hospital now, with a college, and ọtụtụ ihe dị iche iche mega plan. Nwekwara nnukwu ụzọ na-eje n'etiti awọ a ga-eji wee ghọta ihe mmepe, and the post office, school ndị iche iche a na-emeghekwi.
Our mama has better things now. There are better hospitals, there are colleges, there is a post office, and then there is this big road running through the middle of the town, which will help us distribute our products.
But the difference is that the people here needed something. And they were, for many years, as it were, looking for somebody to kind of spark the plug. And everything they're doing here is a response to their own felt need. They want roads to the houses, so we build the roads. They needed a hospital very, very badly. But that's not nearby. It wasn't superimposed on them. To me, this is one of the magics, In the next 5, 6 years, I should have trained enough people to begin to take over most of these things. And some of the functions I performed 6 years ago, I have now handed over, because people like these young men here can now perform those functions.
Squint in the vivid sun, squatted in rice paddies, the human toiler tethered to his narrow ward of earth, the woman as her mothers and mothers before her, man as his unnumbered fathers before him, delving, mixing, hoisting, carrying, still as through the ages, the hard single burden for the solitary lifter, the one humble bowl for the one hungering family, the same rudimentary tools, the same bent forms and quivering muscles, pounding, planting, scouring, cutting, from the first thrust of light to its waning, all days, all lands, the people of all colors, thatching frail roofs against fierce elements, fashioning lean mortal dikes against stalwart destiny, toiling in rice paddies, a squint in the vivid sun.
Korean has a long history of unstable, threatening life. Poverty is one of the major Korean problems. I felt Korean people struggling so much.
그럼 어디 있을 때 여기 어떻게 들어갔어?
서울역에 안 되는데.
Especially he liked his father, but the father, he said, didn't like